morning. How are ya? Sitting here having some coffee, and I'm just looking and admiring how far I've come with my hair. And some of them I twisted together some more of my locks, you know, because I just love the character of having some permanent twist throughout my hair. And right now, I still have a rubber band on it. After a while, when my twist bonds together, I'll take the rubber band off, and I will take one of these, and I'm gonna bond the end of my lock together so that the twist doesn't come undone. I'm trying to see if I can find one that I had already done that with. Oh, this is the other one that I did over here. You know, I like my twist because it gives my hair some character. So I really love it, and I'm just looking for one of my twists where I had already twisted it and then bonded it at the end. Here's one. So this is a lock that I twisted together, and you see the end of it where I had bonded it with the crochet hook. So last night I did some more trimming because I've been trimming the ends of my locks. So my locks should be longer than they are, but I've been trimming off like quite a bit of the ends, really just for my first year and a half to 2 years of locking my hair that length that I had. So over the last year and a half or so, I cut off maybe not all of my locks, but locks that were damaged. I cut off maybe 5 or 6 inches of the lock. So in this little baggie right here, this is the last of like the damaged locks. So here's my moment of transparency. I have been natural. I went natural in 2004. So now 18 years I've been natural, right? And I've been locked for 7.5 of those 18 years. Now, I specialize in natural hair care. I know everything there is to know about taking care of my natural hair pre-locked. And I went into my Loc journey rather ignorant because I did not extensive research, but I did minimum research before starting my Loc journey. But during the time, once I locked my hair, and my oldest son expressed to me that he wanted me to lock his hair, and then his girlfriend wanted to lock her hair, and my 2 younger sons wanted to lock their hair, I decided to take a course and apprenticeship to get my certification as a certified loctician. And during that time, I learned very quickly how ignorant I was to the fact that natural hair care is not the same as caring for your locks. You have to understand locks, how they work, how they form, how to treat them, how to repair them if necessary, and so on and so forth. And so cutting off the damaged ends of my locks is exactly what that is. Okay, you have to definitely cut off the ends, like clipping damaged ends when your hair grows out. So I'm going to stop here and start again so that we don't get lost in translation. All right, so quickly I'm back, and I just wanted to give a demonstration of the kind of damage that took place, not damage, but just the effects of how misshapen my locks were before. I used to interlock my locks when I first started my locks, and I was often going back and forth, and I would interlock for a few months, and then I would palm roll twist for another few months, and then I go back to interlocking and back and forth and back and forth. while at the same time trying to find the right product to use for my hair. So once I was switched, it's because I found that the product that I was using wasn't working, because it wasn't something that was meant for locks. A lot of natural hair care products don't work for locks because it either causes buildup or just doesn't do the job that it needs to do. Finally, I did find a product line that has been phenomenal since discovering what it could do for my hair. That's with Peculiar Roots, and I never looked back after that, so that's a blessing. But I just wanted to show you, again, transparency, the ignorance of not knowing that caring for your locks was not the same as caring for your natural hair. And I learned that right quick, like within the first week of training with my mentor. Oh, Jesus. Woo, we started that class. It was, I believe, 43 of us. Within 3 weeks, that 43 was down to 27. Within 2 months, that 27 turned into 12. And at the end of the apprenticeship, only 3 of us completed both the course and the apprenticeship, where we had to go into the shop and work with her for a number of hours and things like that. And I'm glad that I stuck with it. And I was the top student. Yes, because you know when I, yeah. But anyway, these are my locks. And I had a conversation with her earlier today where she said, wow, I'm so proud of you, and so on. And she follows me on IG, but she's one of my hidden ghost followers. She doesn't say a lot. Anytime she wants to say something to me, she contacts me directly because, you know, she wants me to shine on my own, and I really appreciate her for that. But yeah, I love the character of my twist. I love how my gray hair is tying into and framing around my face the way that it is, because this is me. Now, I don't want to get too far off track. That's the end of that. So I just wanted to show you a visual of some of the misshaping that happened, and how the thinner areas is where I was trying to interlock like little bits of hair and then realized it was getting too thick. Getting too thin, so I switched to palm rolling. And this is why I generally tell people, like, you decide one or the other. So like, once I decided to go back to palm rolling, I stuck with it permanently, which is the results of why my locks look the way they look now. And even though they are different sizes, they still look very symmetrical equally, because the method of how I do my retwist is the same. I don't go back and forth between interlocking and twisting. I now just retwist my hair. Every now and then you'll see me do a minor interlocking light-handed tutorial, but that's all, you know. So let's look at this lock. This is one of the last ones, but do you see? Fat, skinny, fat, skinny. This is 2 locks twisted together. Let me give you a close up. See, it's twisted. This is 2 locks. This is not one, 2 locks. So imagine how much skinnier that skinny is. Let me see if I can unwind it and pull it apart a little bit. Okay, so this is the skinny section. Can you see it better now? Yeah, I twisted it together trying to salvage it. Now you see how strong my hair is. That's that Peculiar Roots. That's the wheat protein that gave me the strength for it to stay together. I just wasn't liking how that shit was looking. It was like, no. Okay. Gonna stop and start again. in this one because my son came in really mad about something that happened. These two pieces that I'm showing you are the last two pieces of unhealthy ends. I have to re-crochet this one because this twist is coming open. I don't know why, but it is. So let me get back to what I was saying. These are the last two ends of my original locks that I cut off that were like damaged within the hair and stuff like that. So this one is the last one. And you see right about here, see this? That's my actual hair texture. I don't know if that makes any difference, but that's my actual hair texture that's there. And it was thin and it was holding on. It's still holding on. I'm pulling, and it's not coming, it's not breaking, but it's still really just thin. It didn't look pretty that it was in the middle of my lock. And for me personally, I don't need to, especially because it was at the end of my lock. I still have a good 13 or 14 inches of a lock there that I'm okay with just having instead of just trying to repair this. I don't mind clipping it off. You know, so a lot of people, they do lock repairs to salvage their locks, and that's okay. It really is. But for me, it was not a matter of me saving length. I know that this amount of my lock will grow back. You know, it'll always be one of my shorter locks, but I don't care. Like I said, the unevenness and, you know, difference of size and stuff like that is what gives my locks character, and that's what I love about them. I really am not into the uniform look. Even my parts are not very uniformed, but my locks are very well separated and healthy and things like that. But I keep doing this because I can smell the refresher spray and it smells lovely. Then, you know, up here, I'm also keeping up with my hair is really nice and thick and full. And this is because I've been using my growth serum religiously, like with consistency, because I've been going through a lot of hormonal changes because of perimenopausal symptoms and stuff like that. And one of the major symptoms for women, unfortunately, is shedding, hair shedding and thinning. So the growth serum has allowed my hair to grow at a rate, regrow at a rate that's keeping up with the shedding that happens with menopause. So, and no, there's no shame in it. Me talking about menopause and all of that stuff is a fact of life. It is, you know. I'm not on here trying to act like I'm still 25. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Been there, done that. It's time to move on. Because 50 is right around the corner, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm going to embrace it fully as a queen that I am. But I just wanted to come on here and be transparent to make you understand that the education never stops. Even to this day, I still do extensive research and keep myself updated and educated. And pretty soon I am going to go back and take additional classes because I know there are more things that are being taught in beauty school that wasn't taught when I went. So I'm looking forward to that. So with the information, and I mean, I've been being taught about hair my entire life. My mother was a cosmetologist, so yeah, had an upper hand advantage on that. So I've been learning my entire life. My sisters and I, we all know hair very well. Very well. Very well. And I am proud of the journey that I have taken. So I just wanted to share that with you today. Have a lovely, lovely day. Bye.